All right. Well, it's cold and rainy outside, so I thought today would be a good day to focus on indoor activities like lockpicking. And my goal is to see if we can make our own tools out of this windshield wiper blade and get into this ABUS lock. Now this is a pretty good lock. It's from their Titalium series, and it's a good size lock too. 50 millimeters, model 80 Ti/50. Got the key here in my other hand. 6-pin, nice bitting, and it works perfectly. There we go. So we'll get rid of the keys, and what I'm going to do is, like I said, try to use this windshield wiper blade. Now, no, of course we're not just going to somehow jam this thing in there. Not that simple, but I think we can use the steel from this to make our own tools to get into here. Come on. There we go. So we'll get this out of here. That can go away. And if I can get it to focus, what we're after, there we go, are these little pieces of steel, and they're just kind of falling right out. Get rid of that old rubber part. And it turns out these things are just about the right springiness of steel, just the right width. So we'll see if we make a tool out of these things. Okay, that'd be about right for a tension wrench. Oops, part of it went flying. It's okay, and for my actual pick, a little bit longer, and that ought to do it. Let's cut stuff, there we go. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is just bend this for my tension wrench. And if I was not so lazy, I'd put it in a vise, but oops, tighten that a bit. Instead, I'm just going to do it this way. Give it about a ½ inch or so. There we go. Oops. And beautiful, okay. At least good enough. There's my tension wrench. And now, what I want to do, set that down, is somehow shape the end of this thing into something we can use as a hook for single pin picking. So I'm just going to take a file, see if we can get that going. I think that'll work. Try to get it close to the edge so I can make my little notch in it. Not my finest work. I more just want to see if it can work at all. Alright, well that looks pretty terrible, but I don't really care. I just want to see if it'll work. So I'm going to try to get rid of those rough edges, and we'll just try it. Remember, it's not the goal is not to make the most beautiful picks, because I'm definitely failing at that one, but I just want to see if I can make stuff in a relatively short amount of time out of a windshield wiper and get into this pretty high security ABUS lock. I mean, it might work. Let's try it. All right. Not ideal, but that'll work, I guess. Don't look too close to my pick. Okay, can I get it above all that stuff? If I could somehow make that get in there. Okay. Gonna go to plan B. Just try top of the keyway tension. Little teeny guy. Sure. Okay, try that. Maybe I can do it this way. There we go. And gives me a little more room to work. Actually, quite a bit more room. One thing when you're using top of the keyway, you don't want to push the tension tool against that first pin. So we'll screw things up. Come on. gosh. There, got a little click out of him. Oops, too much. There, come on. Let's see if I can get that front one again. There, I don't know if you saw that, there was a small turn on the core. Not giving up yet on my windshield wiper. Take a little bit of a turn. That core. Got one on the back, but now I heard something else in front drop. Little turn again, so I reset one. Oh, even more of a turn. Come on, what's hanging me up now? Should be down to last couple pins. There, feels like number 2 maybe. I'm on 1 again. There! I can't believe it. I cannot recommend it, you guys. Yeah, there we go. That eventually opened, but holy moly. My fingers are sore. This pick is just awful. Even if I would have taken my time and not used, this comically way too large of a file, I think it still would be pretty rough. So honestly, not for beginners, but if you want to know if you can open a good ABUS lock with windshield wipers, I guess the answer is yes, if you're really, really patient. So we got it open. I'm not going to try to do it again. Yeah. No, I mean, I suppose if I was like trying to escape out of prison or something and these were my only tools, yeah, maybe I'd sit there and try it. But no, I think if you try to make your own tools, at least the way I did, you're only going to get frustrated. But as a proof of concept, it was sort of neat. So anyway, thanks for spending some time with me here on this wintry day. And yeah, I'll see you next time. All right, so I'm going to cut 2 pieces, one for the tension wrench. Okay, that's not working. Holy moly, straw. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces, one for the tension wrench. About that long, ought to do it. Don't cut with these. Hang on.